When Ethan Cole became CEO of Cole Dynamics, the city celebrated. Headlines called him the future of leadership. At 32, he was young, brilliant, confident, everything the media adored. His father, Richard Cole, had spent 40 years growing the company from a small auto parts shop into a billion-dollar empire. But that success came at a cost. Workers labored long hours, and many hadn't seen a raise in years. A week after Ethan's inauguration, the employee union requested a meeting led by Mr. Adams, a supervisor who had worked with Richard from the beginning. "Sir, we served your father faithfully," Adams said. "The work has doubled, but our pay hasn't changed. Please lighten the burden." Ethan nodded. "I hear you. Give me 3 days." The workers left hopeful. Ethan, meanwhile, called to private meetings. First came his father's old advisors, gray-haired and calm. Ms. Linda Hart spoke gently. "The staff have earned mercy. Your father ruled with strength, now lead with empathy," Mr. Patel added. "If you show kindness early, loyalty will multiply." Their words sounded slow and old-fashioned to Ethan. When they left, he called his friends from university to innovation crew, loud and confident. "They're testing you already." Tyler grinned after hearing the request. "Don't give in. If you bend now, you'll look weak." Another said, "Your father made them sweat to build this empire. If you go soft, they'll eat you alive." "Tell them, if my father made you work hard, I'll make you work harder." Tyler smirked. Laughter filled the room. Ethan felt powerful. To him, strength now meant refusing to bend. 3 days later, the workers gathered in the company hall, expecting a fair response. Ethan walked in wearing a flawless navy suit. "My father built this company through discipline and dedication," he began. "You ask that I make your work easier. My answer is simple: I will make it heavier. My father demanded results. I demand excellence. Anyone who cannot keep up may resign." Murmurs turned to anger. Mr. Adams rose, voice shaking. "Sir, your father earned respect. You're demanding fear. This meeting is over," Ethan said, and walked out. That night, protest banners appeared at the plant gates. By morning, the first strike had begun. Within days, production slowed, and orders were delayed. The strike spread across every factory. Suppliers froze shipments. Competitors hired Ethan's best engineers. Stock prices tumbled. Cole Dynamics began to crack. Ms. Hart came to his office. "Ethan, you can still fix this. Apologize. Negotiate. Your father built trust. You are tearing it down." "I won't beg," he snapped. "They need to learn discipline." "You're mistaking arrogance for strength," she replied. "Real strength listens." He dismissed her. Weeks turned into months. The factories stayed silent. Financial reports bled red. Then the banks withdrew funding. Without cash, operations stopped completely. Tyler resigned, taking several executives with him. Within a week, the innovation crew had moved on. The empire Richard built in 40 years collapsed in 6 months. That night, Ethan sat alone in the boardroom. His reflection in the glass looked pale and hollow. His phone buzzed. "Your father wants to see you." At the family estate, Richard sat by the fireplace, frail but alert. "So, how fares the empire?" he asked. "It's gone," Ethan whispered. "I listened to the wrong people. They told me to be strong." "Son," Richard said softly, "strength isn't stubbornness. It's wisdom. When I built that company, I had no power and no education, but I listened. The old engineers, the factory men, they became my teachers. You had everything I never did, except humility." "Is it too late?" Ethan asked. "No, but rebuilding starts with listening again." Months later, Ethan resigned publicly. He returned to the factories not as a boss, but as a volunteer consultant. He walked the floors, listened to workers, and helped new management design fairer systems. He used his own savings to support welfare programs and training. Slowly, his actions spoke louder than his former title. The same workers who once despised him began to respect him not because he was in charge, but because he finally cared. He never regained the empire his father built, but he rebuilt something deeper: trust. Ethan Cole's downfall didn't come from enemies or bad luck. It came from the voices he chose to believe, elders who saw danger he dismissed as weakness, and friends who gave him confidence without wisdom. Whether you lead a company, a team, or a home, remember, the people who disagree with you aren't your enemies, they might be your lifeline.
I want for